Hi. All right. Welcome back. I felt like I should come do something. So I don't know. Lately, I keep feeling like I want to use this. Oh, look! I split on the empress. I'm gonna take that. Oh, with the moon behind her and a knight of swords. Wow. So I was gonna shuffle, but I'm just gonna take it like this. All right. So, you know what was funny when I was sitting down and I was like, at first I thought, oh, well, should I do a love reading? And then I was like, I don't know. And I was like, well, maybe I should grab the tarot and see if there's something that comes out that makes me feel like I should do one. So maybe I will do it since there's like an injustice plus with the moon, there's a secret. So there's an empress who knows a knight of swords. So maybe like the secret is who this person is, who's going to reveal like an injustice that was done towards her. So this Knight of Swords. Okay, so wait, we're going to leave this here for right now. Let's do, so Spirit, is this Knight of Swords? Is this person a romantic interest of this Empress person? You'll change your mind? Huh. That's interesting. So, no, and it won't be successful. Won't be successful. So maybe this person wanted to have one with this Empress, but he's really just a Knight of Swords. She's the Empress. How's a Knight of Swords gonna have the Empress? Probably not gonna happen. Oh yeah, you'll change your mind. So like, even if he could get her, by the time he gets her, he wouldn't want that anymore. Possibly. Yep. All right. Proceed slowly. So if you're this Empress person, you may have somebody who's recently shown up in your life who's like this Knight of Swords, right? And so he's like revealing hidden feelings and about like uh maybe the justice upside down means that he's he's basically just coming to talk to you because he feels like he didn't do right by you, but he's still in this Knight of Swords energy. He's not in a King of Swords. He's not in an Emperor. He's not even in any of these higher energies. He's a Knight, you know? It's not that Knights aren't terrible. You know, the Knight of Swords can come rushing in, but it usually comes, yeah, it's usually somebody who's taking decisive action, having some clarity, you know, being assertive, you know. So like, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but whoever this person is who's coming this way towards you, so I don't know, maybe like, I wonder if this is like one of those situations where like this person is showing up into your life and it seems like they're trying to fix a wrong, but even though they're really caught up in the idea of fixing this wrong right now, like their actual heart intention towards you once this clears up won't be long lasting for you. Yeah. So there is some harmony here. So maybe the harmony makes you feel like you want to accept this, you know, which would make sense because who doesn't want more harmony in their life, right? When we feel harmonious with somebody, those are the people we want to hang around. Track star, running from real love. So I feel like that was this person. They were running from real love. But maybe also, I don't know. Empress, are you running from real love? You got an Empress out here who's running from love? Oh, because you felt like somebody was being controlling and you don't want somebody who's being controlling with you? So, like, you have somebody who both was running away but also wants to control you? That's kind of hilarious. How's somebody who runs away from you and doesn't stick around going to control you? Like, what Empress is going to allow a man who doesn't have the courage to stick around, but he also wants to control her? Like, first of all, if you're not sticking around in my life, you're sure as shit not getting any control over me about anything. Dude, you're not gonna dictate what I eat for a single fucking meal if you can't, like, if you can't stick around. You can't be honest about how you feel, but you want to control me? No, the fuck you're not, dude. That shit ain't happening no day whatsoever. And you want to come to somebody who's an Empress energy and you want to be that way? Absolutely not, dude. There's no Empress who's going for that, dude. You're deluding yourself. For the street, yeah, because this girl was not for the streets. I don't know who told you that she was, but they're a liar. And why is it? Like, you ever notice how, like, guys, when they get together and want to talk about girls, look, if any guys start talking about how, like, they all slept with one person, other people are going to jump on that bandwagon and say they did this and this with her also. And a lot of that is just complete lies because they just want to sound relevant and feel like they're doing the same thing as everybody else. Not everybody who says that they've done all this stuff have actually done any of this with her. Dude, guys are just, you know, and excuse me, I know it's not all men, but it's really common for this to happen in men's, like, it's like that locker room talk, you know? And when guys are in the locker room and talking about chicks they've been hooking up with and people that they're interested in, all it takes is for one guy in that circle say, "Oh, I don't know about her. You know, I talked to her and blah 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 happened." And everybody will dogpile on top of that. When the first person who said that, it may not even be true. But guys will never question it, despite the fact that half of them there are spitting out lies, but none of them are ever going to doubt it or pull into question any of the stuff that the rest of them are saying. Like, and then they'll think that everything that everybody else says is the gospel truth. It's like, are you an idiot? Bro, you're in a room full of guys who are just spitting lies and you're going to believe each other like you're talking the gospel truth, even though you yourself may have also been saying lies. It's like, what? Like, why is it that people who are liars are willing to believe the other liars? Like, it's like, what? I don't know. I just find that stupid. Yes. There may need to be some forgiveness. You know what? If you want to win over this Empress, she's going to need to forgive you because you've obviously been talking behind her back and talking trash about her. Dude, for you to have thought that she was for the streets, that means you've heard information about her from other people that was incorrect and you believed it over what you knew about her. Yeah, from your homie lover friend. So, like, maybe you and this Empress were like friends, and then you decided that you have feelings for her. You know, maybe you also know other people who are like mutual friends with her as well. And it's like, okay, well, did you know that person? Because if you have feelings for her and you care about her, oh, okay, so maybe this reading is actually for the Knight of Swords, who like in love with this Empress, and he hasn't told her. Or maybe he wants to tell her, is getting ready to tell her. But he didn't want to tell her because by not saying that and running away makes you feel like you're in control of shit. But what are you really in control of? What are you really in control of? Let me ask you that, okay? Because if you ask me, cuffing season, you want to make something permanent. Wow, and you want to do baby making with this person, but the compromise is upside down. So you're not willing to compromise wifey hubby material sideways. So you're not even sure if you could commit to marrying her. You don't want to give her so you are not willing. So look at this. You're not willing to give her any accountability or any compromise and you want to have control over her while you run away and talk about her with your friends, and while everybody dogs her out and talk about how she's for the streets, even though that's not true. It's never been true. You probably had feelings for her right away, because otherwise you wouldn't have turned into this track star. How about that part? How about the track star part? This running away. Oh, you want to cuff her up, but you're not sure she's really going to be a good wife, but you still want to be her lover and have babies with her? Like, bro, you know what? That sounds to me like, even though you're saying you really want this person, you are the one who's confused. You're the one who's lacking integrity, okay? And that's probably why this justice is upside down. How are you going to bring justice into this? Dude, she's in the empress energy. She's the empress. She's not just a queen or just some random major arcana. She's the fucking empress, dude. She's an empress. And you don't get to be an empress by being for the streets and all this other garbage, okay? You don't. That doesn't happen. You know, if she was for the streets, she'd be an empress in reverse, or she probably wouldn't even be the empress. She'd probably be like a queen of cups reversed or a queen of wands if she was for the streets. But she's not. She's showing up as the empress. So this clearly means that what she is versus how you see her are not aligning. So you may feel they're questioning, like, are we in alignment? But the problem with the alignment isn't her. It's the way you see her versus what she really is. And so how you see her and your expectation of her and how you think you should have to show up for her is not in alignment with who she really is. So maybe the thing that you need to think about is not whether or not she accepts your offer. Maybe you need to take time and go sit with yourself and realize that the person you're trying to present to her is possibly not even measuring up to her, since you're not even coming in as a king or an emperor or a hierophant or a high priest. You're showing up as a knight. So somebody who wants to make impulsive, rushy actions and behavior while bringing nothing of substance behind it that's actually going to make it last. You couldn't even be sure that. So you want to have a baby with her while you're not even sure that you want to marry her, but you can't make a compromise, and you're not willing to be accountable for yourself, and not being willing to be accountable for being controlling and running away from your feelings. You don't want to be accountable or make compromises. You're not willing to see that, like, you're the one out here talking about her being for the streets. She was never for the streets. It's just your homies and your buddies out here who you guys all want to talk about her. I mean, if you're going to talk about her, whatever. But, okay. So I'm going to move on because that shit is making me mad. I feel like that's really messed up, dude. Whoever you are, the way you guys are talking about this girl is not right. Okay, I'm telling you right now. The way you guys are talking about this girl is not right. You're messed up. Your friends who are talking shit on her are also fucked up. Okay? All y'all are messed up, and people need to shut their fucking mouth. Because you know what's going to happen? The universe sees this person sitting in her Empress energy, and they see you guys talking all this stuff, and the universe is going to be like, you know what? We need to get this girl some justice, because these people are out here hiding stuff with this moon energy. They're possibly with the moon as well, possibly even associated with this group of masculines who've been like constantly doing love spells and witchcraft and unaliving spells and all kinds of love magic on her, and trying to do sexual ritual magic on her to keep her trapped, so she has to be subjugated. You know what? She don't need to be subjugated to any of you guys, okay? I'll be the first one to tell you that. Look, somebody who wants to control an empress, who can't even be accountable, have no integrity, have like this backwards, back and forth, constant up and down energy. You don't know what the fuck you want to do with this person. You don't know what the fuck you really feel. And the things you really feel about her, you won't even be honest about to yourself. But you want to talk about why she's a problem? Fuck you, dude. Fuck you. Man, you're a fucking bitch, dude. You are a bitch. Maybe you need to grow the fuck up, huh? You're so fixated on what's wrong with her, and you won't be accountable for yourself. Well, you're not perfect either, you know. But she's the one sitting up here in Empress energy, and you're the one in the Knight of Swords. So you know, who the fuck are you? Yeah. You know what? We're gonna get this girl a new career and some new hobbies. And you know what? She's doing it totally sober. So you know, because she is not for the streets. We have gracefully aging because even though she's in this Empress energy, she actually doesn't come off as seeming old. She has a nice youth and heavenly signs. So this means that, you know, it's already being. And here's forgiveness again, dude. You know what? This girl, in order for this girl to come together with you, she's going to need to really forgive you for a lot. And if you want this forgiveness from her, you really need to work on your accountability and compromise and your integrity, dude. Because why does anybody, I mean, she should probably forgive you for her own self because that's just healthy. Because holding on to things prevent us from healing, you know? And why create new trauma for ourselves after we've done all the healing work to get to that emperor stage? But for you, dude, you know what? And maybe what you really need to work on is forgiving yourself. Maybe you're trying to control her. You're trying to control her because there's something in you that you're not able to control within yourself, but you won't face that part of yourself because you're not willing to compromise. You're not willing to take on this soul integrity. So instead, you just want to fix and control someone else so that you can feel comfortable so that you don't have to look at this accountability for yourself. But dude, you're fucked up, bro. You're fucked up. And I keep saying bro, so I'm pretty sure I'm this Knight of Swords, which technically the Knight of Swords, this could be a woman, you know, maybe a female and some masculine energy. We both have male and female energy, so you know, put it where it applies. If this sounds like I'm talking about you, then if the shoe fits, you should wear it, Cinderella. But all I'm saying is like, you know, whoever is the person doing this, that's messed up, dude. This Empress, she doesn't deserve that. She doesn't deserve none of this that's happened. But right now, you know, maybe all this spirits allowed all this to happen because she's being put through a test of whether she'll forgive or not. And that's going to be this Empress. This is probably a test for her. And once she does forgive and release, the universe is going to take that what was not a justice and they're going to give her justice. And I also feel like this justice, that in the justice is something hidden. Oh, Knight of Swords. The justice that's going to come in for this Empress is going to carry something that you can't see, and it's going to take you unawares, and you're going to get a surprise. And now you're going to be the one to find out something that you're not going to like. And so all this stuff that you were doing behind this person's back, the next person you meet after her is going to do all the same shit to you. And all the things you wanted for her are going to happen to you. All this magic, sex magic, and talking behind her back, now everybody's going to talk behind your back. So I hope you're ready for what's coming up next. Memories, yeah. You better remember. Yeah. Self-care, that's what I mean. You're the one out here not taking care of yourself. And so now you're going through these body changes and have no motivation, no spiritual growth, and like you really wish you were stronger than you thought you were, but you really feeling like a weak piece of shit because you're really immature, dude. And now you have decisions to make. Oh yeah, now you want to change your mind after you've been so committed to all this for so long? Yeah, and this is why you're not seeking and finding what you really want. Because the universe isn't going to allow you to have it because you've been a fucking liar, dude. All this weird shit you've been doing is not okay, and you need to go make this right. You need to go make that right, dude. Because everybody, what you guys have been doing about this Empress is not okay, dude. It's not okay. It's not okay. The universe, the angels, all of the angels are a witness to everything you've said and done so far, and it's all been recorded. So the whole universe has been an audience for what you've been up to, okay? Anything you think has been done or said in secret is not a secret. All the angels know all about it, and they're about to fix this shit. Okay, they're gonna fix this. So I recommend that if you would like to have any say so in the narrative or how this comes out, that you start right now, because if you don't, then there will be divine intervention to give this empress the justice that she really deserves. And since we saw that moon energy, we're going to go ahead and expose to the light all these things that were done and said about in secret, and expose them to the broad daylight so that she will know about it. Okay, we're going to let her know everything that's been done and said behind her back, and you will have no control over how that comes out if you do not offer it up on your own. TikTok, bitch. You're on the clock, and that's it. I'm not gonna offer any special closes because if you back, most people don't watch this long. Most people don't watch past 6 minutes. But if you watch and you're still here, then I bet if you already know what time it is, dude. Just do the right thing. Just do the right thing. Have some integrity for once in your fucking life, okay? You know, maybe, I'm not saying that doing the right thing is easy. Often the right thing is the hardest thing. And that's what gives people character, who choose to do the right thing. Because sometimes what's right is also what's hard, you know? The easy part is people will just go along with whatever's easy. But easy doesn't build character. And easy doesn't show who you really are. It's just doing what's easy is for the cowards. But if you're a real person of substance, or if you sat through this and you said, no, I really do have integrity. No, I didn't think this about her. Well, maybe you should clear that up then. And maybe you should stop letting other people trash talk her. And maybe you should stop letting everybody else inform you about what you should do and make up your own fucking mind, since you're supposed to be a grown ass man out here. Jeez, bro, just get it together. Get it together. Thanks for watching if you watched this far.